6 years ago, thought, right, really need to do something which we're like passionate and interested about, and somehow stumbled in the world of AV, audio, tech.
If you don't know about it,
Yeah,
it's like weird because it's obviously been about for years. It's a hidden industry.
we built the amplifiers and connectivity and speaker all in one. So it made it a really easy to install product and a really good problem solver for many different projects.
So you said at the beginning, was going through your story that you actually worked at toasters and appliances, and Cam's just named it the toaster to tweeter story.
In the beginning, me and Wes put £1,000 in each, and we haven't put any more in after. We've tried to organically grow, slowly.
Yeah. We see it at Smart today with today's problems.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, we've not got enough space in the warehouse. Where are we going to put these another 10 pallets?
Yeah.
I snapped my arm off for that problem 5 years ago. Hi guys, Rich from Art Smart. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. So today we're actually joined by our friends at Live Audio, and we're down at their impressive office down in Surrey. So I've actually got a really cool setup here, which you are going to see on a YouTube video a little bit later on, and probably some B-roll throughout this video. However, we'll get into that shortly. Let's have a look who I'm joined by. Amit, hello my friend, how are we doing?
Yeah, really good.
Perfect. Top man. Obviously, we've had a bit of a relationship over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
First actually met on social media. Touched base on Instagram probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
In fact, I then got the notification the other day. The first time we actually met face to face was an eFix Live Feed event.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was the eFix events. Yeah, they were really good. So we'd met then, and then obviously you've kind of got more and more involved in the CI industry with the products and stuff.
Yeah.
But before I get too carried away with myself, why don't I hand over the baton to you and you tell us a little about yourself, the business, and what brought us together today.
So, I'm Amit from Lithe Audio, one of the co-founders. We started the business probably coming up to 5, maybe close to 6 years now, so not that long ago. And we basically come from a totally different industry. We were making designing and engineering and marketing at the time, toasters, kettles, coffee machines. Yeah, so really completely
still in the electronic space, I suppose, to a certain extent.
And we did do a DAB radio, a part of that company. That was our first audio product, like countertop DAB radio. But we were basically designing and engineering basically back then. And we've about 6 years ago thought, right, really need to do something which we're like passionate and interested about, and somehow stumbled in the world of AV, audio, tech, and then we've just sort of run with it for the last coming up to six years.
It's hard not to get excited in this industry though.
Yeah, absolutely love it. It just feel like you don't grow up. Do you know what I mean?
It's fun. It's a fun industry. The only problem is everything's always changing and advancing.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure brings a whole problem. But yeah, back to your story.
Yeah. So I guess our first product was a Bluetooth ceiling speaker. What makes it slightly different, normally you'd have amplifiers and speaker cable, passive speakers. What we had done, we built the amplifiers and connectivity and speaker all in one. So it made it a really easy to install product and a really good problem solver for many different projects where running cables would be difficult. Our product just make it super easy.
And especially on retrofit options and say for electricians and stuff as well. I mean, it's a literally, it's a no-brainer if you don't really fancy the whole amps, the racks, or even the other wireless speaker option varieties. Where you again have to put an amp in. It's a separate speaker. This is an all-in-one unit. Yeah. And if you want multiple, you just link them together.
Exactly.
So so you started off with the Bluetooth one.
Started with Bluetooth. Then we've over the last few years we've just brought on new models. We have Wi-Fi models and a Pro Series models, and each one just has more feature sets. And you've got multi-room audio with the Wi-Fi ones, which have AirPlay 2 and Chromecast.
So you can group them in the app. Yeah,
well, you can do it in our app. But what we found, we spent God knows how many thousands, tens of thousands developing an app. But then what we found was that it's one extra step that someone has to open the app, group, and then pick a source and play.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas by embedding AirPlay 2 and Google Chromecast directly into the
Mm-hmm.
speakers, it means from your phone, you can just swipe down from the top right
Mm-hmm.
corner, click AirPlay, pick what speakers and stream.
Go directly through the AirPlay.
Yeah, so it's much more intuitive,
Mm-hmm.
faster, one less step for the, whoever's wanting to play the music. So the Lithe Audio app is now turning into a more of a setup app. So EQ, changing the name, all the...
That's smart, yeah. So it's the kind of back end.
Back end, yeah.
Yeah.
But day to day, AirPlay or Chromecast, so much more intuitive and faster. That's where we've ended up.
Very cool. And then, like you just say, you've just brought out the Pro Series.
Yeah, so Pro Series was really designed from the ground up for the CI channel, so for integrators. So with that model, you have the same features. So you still have AirPlay 2, Chromecast, and Bluetooth, but you also have the addition of, from a power perspective, you can power these via PoE,
right?
Which is quite fairly unique. So great from an installation where you can't find 240 volt or 110 volt power feed, which you can still do it that way from a lighting circuit. But if you can't get into that, but you have a cat cable running, you can power the speakers just straight from via PoE and a cat cable.
It's awesome. Just a little plug-on module, isn't it? Yeah. But we'll go on the video. We're going to go through in depth all the speaker ranges and go through the options there. So on that one, like you said, PoE, and I've actually been following the whole. I mean, obviously PoE for a lot of years, but the whole PoE lighting, that's the next big thing. Yeah, that is going to be the next big thing that comes out where all the lights are run off PoE. So it would be even easier. There'll be their data cables everywhere. So on the speaker, it's got network in, network out as well. And is that what's that for? Is that the PoE as well?
No, that's really for a hardwired data connection, because obviously going wireless has its plus points and down points. So if it was, it's for where there's a really large project with multiple speakers everywhere, a large house, you probably want to run a physical hardwired data connection to the speakers. So we've put basically a mini switch on board. So there's 2 ports, an in and an out. So you can go from your switch to your first Pro Series speaker, out of the Pro to your next one, and daisy chain them. So again, this saves in cabling, so you don't have to go back to the switch each time.
Yeah, not all home runs.
Yeah, and it's just faster from an install perspective, and you've got a rock solid data connection. So AirPlay and Chromecast are great, but in certain large projects with a large number of products, not just ours, but on the wireless network, the network is so important for, well...
You can say that again.
You
can say that again. But I suppose what it does for live audio with the whole Pro Series is it shows your commitment to that industry. Because rather than it being, bathroom, kitchen speaker, maybe do 2, 3, 4 rooms, it's saying, listen, we are putting steps in place to make this a reliable whole home solution. Literally use this as your main audio.
Yeah.
One of the cool features of the Pro Series is the new, you can do the surround sound with it.
Yeah.
Which you've got on demo downstairs. But,
yeah. So
tell me a little bit more about that.
So that uses a technology called WISER, which stands for the Wireless Speaker and Audio Association. And the way to think of it is like what Wi-Fi is for the internet. It's a global standard that all products are going to talk together and work together. WISER is a global standard for high resolution, low latency, multi-channel audio. So we're not the only ones that use the technology. Various high-end audio brands.
Yeah, it's open source, isn't it?
It's open source, yeah.
So brands can embed this into the kit,
Correct.
Which means you can use different kits together.
Correct. Yeah.
But ultimately, with the main goal of setting up a surround sound system.
So what you can do is basically create a full, with our product, an in-ceiling 7.1 surround sound setup, but with no AVR and no cables going to the speakers. So great for open plan kitchens or like open plan living areas where you don't want floor standing or in-wall speakers. It's not a dedicated cinema room. It's where, it's people's living spaces, living room or open plan area. So you can embed these in the ceiling, but still get the full surround experience without having floor standing speakers anywhere or cables run up. Where the WISER setup really just is designed for if you haven't got a dedicated cinema room, which not everyone can have one.
No, it'd be nice. Be nice. We fit lots. Don't have one myself. Unfortunately.
But our product means you can put it in, just a normal living room is the idea, and have 5.1, 7.1, or even just a 2.1 if you want stereo setup. But it's room filling. It makes all the difference. Sounds amazing. Which
see, I've not actually heard it in practice. I've heard your speakers lots of times. Obviously, got them in the training room, etc. But I've never actually heard your speakers in a surround sound configuration.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've seen it on the socials, your showroom we've got downstairs. I was looking forward to seeing it, and it does look mega in the flesh. So I'm actually really looking forward to hearing that downstairs this afternoon.
That showroom is designed for not just us, but for installers and end users to come and experience it.
Yeah, we discussed that before this. So they're based down in Surrey. So anyone, I suppose, South London, Surrey, obviously in the south of the country.
Yeah,
I mean, come from the north if you fancy a day trip. But anyone around here is absolutely more than welcome to come down for a bit of meet you guys, go through the product range with you directly, but bring the clients. Is this surround sound system adequate for my lounge? Come and listen.
Yeah, exactly. That is why we did it, because we're selling through a catalog, or people want to hear it and experience it for themselves. So that's what the room's there for.
Awesome. And like I say, I'm sure the lads have just cut some B-roll on it, but it is lush. So we've got that downstairs. I don't know what I was expecting to see when I walked in here today, really. I don't know, I was just expecting to see, where's a big pile of speakers or what, but I was surprised, the team that we've got here. So you've got the support team. Yeah. Who have we got in here?
Yes, we've got a full support team. We've got obviously a customer service team. We've got sales, marketing, accounts, all the usual functions that you'd expect.
And the main one you missed off was the warehouse, because you guys know I love a very tidy warehouse, and that is impressive. That is, and I said, you boys been tidying up for our visit today? I'm like, no, it's always like that, mate. Sorry, Rich.
Yeah.
But it's immaculate.
Yeah, that's genuine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how we do
it. Yeah. And loads of stock.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We distribute now to, I think we're either very close to 55 countries around the world. So we're definitely at 54. So we have to hold good levels of stock to, to fulfill our supply chain and our customers. So we've got good stocks. We had some blips along the last few years.
We've all had some blips. We've all had some blips. Cam told me I'm not allowed to play the COVID can anymore, but you played it, so let's ask all about it.
Yeah.
But because your Pro Series has not just come out, it's come out recently. So that's always been in development for the last couple of years throughout what we've had on.
Yeah.
How's that impacted it, apart from the price probably going up?
Yeah. Price definitely, because of chips and the rest of it. So, but we effectively launched the product probably literally 3 months before COVID kicked in. So it was like
brilliant, wonderful.
But then we did really well. We pretty much sold out of our first shipment really quickly, but then got hit by all these, the supply chain issues with chips and delays, prices, all of that. So that was challenging, where we knew we had high demand for the product, but then we couldn't physically fulfill it. So it's just lost opportunities at the end of the day. And keep the momentum going on the product, which is difficult, So you want to share it far and wide as quick as possible in there. But thankfully, things are definitely getting better now.
Like you're saying there before, that all the prices are actually coming down a little bit, which they'll fluctuate because people are still a bit opportunistic. But it's improving on the whole in the industry, which is literally a relief. Yeah, it is a relief.
All we're suffering now is just longer lead times on products, but that's just a bit of forward planning and organising on like our parts. But the flow of products and I don't know about the prices are still higher than they used to be. Which
I don't think they'll ever go down, unfortunately. I think that is it now.
Exactly, which is difficult from a brand like ours, where we're trying to design products that are high quality
but more cost effective.
More cost effective, easy to install, great value. So there is a tipping point where we don't want to keep increasing the prices, but you're forced into it by other factors.
But on the flip side, unfortunately, everybody is. So that cost increase is relevant. So compared to live audio versus ad wide option in a rack, it's still going to be more.
Yeah.
Probably a lot more. Probably a lot more. apples and oranges. But I need to be too careful what I say. Our clients get rid of the Rex and swapping it out for live audio speakers. So, talking of our systems and obviously what we do there, you had a driver in for the speakers for Control 4.
Yep.
Using Alan, good old Alan Chow. So it's a Chow main driver.
It is, yeah.
So he'd written and developed that for the Wi-Fi version.
Yeah.
Does that carry across to the Pro version?
Yeah, it does, yeah. So we're actually, we're working with Alan right now to redesign the driver actually. So we're upgrading it. So we're adding a lot more functionality within the driver, so we can, from your keypads, call favorites, all the usual stuff you can do. We're embedding the alarms and doorbell sounds directly on the memory of the Pro Series speaker.
Nice.
So what that means is that you can, obviously if someone presses doorbell, the house alarm goes, but the key bit is by embedding it in, there's no delays. There's no calling that sound from the cloud or
even on a Control 4 processor, if your AMP's asleep, it needs to wake them up, which puts a delay into it. If your music's on, it switches sources, so there's a delay. So with that being built in, it's going to be pretty quick. And I suppose that's an important thing to go through is the Control 4 side of things. She had the Wi-Fi one, but that was obviously a bit more limited functionality. Took a little bit while to get there, but once we got it there, them doing the Pro Series, like you say, the Pro Series has been designed from the ground up for professional installers. And even embedding that, like you said, the doorbell sound in and all the rest of it.
That actually started from a conversation we had. I don't know if you remember at
there we go. When you come up to
Tech, Weatherby. Remember that one we went to? The Cedia Tech Forum. And you were like, this is great, but you need to embed this so that it works with Control 4 and other control systems in there. And that sparked that.
Oh, yeah, the Control 4 bit side of things, because then he said, but what would you do that? And then speak to Alan Chow.
Exactly.
Literally speak to Alan Chow. Yeah, so we'd meet you another time. Was that the first time maybe that I met you, actually? Maybe before E-Fix, might have been. But anyway, we'd met at an event. And, an event, you had your speakers, which a lot of things within the CI industry and that sector, and then kind of, you'd brought your speaker, which it worked as a solution, but not directly with the solutions, which I think the whole coming into this industry, again, used to the toasters, was a bit like, wow.
Yeah.
And then he did that, which obviously come in via the right channels. And then, we got speaking and it'd be great if we could make it work, Control 4. And then bang, we went out there and did it. Yeah.
Which is why we did those tech forums that we were there, because we literally started the company pretty quickly. Yeah. But that was a learning platform for us to really understand.
You're literally getting to speak.
Yeah, firsthand to people like yourselves and other integrators in the industry, and all the feedback we were getting about, how about powering via PoE? You need a hardwired data connection. You need drivers for control systems.
Tell me. John, I say this all the time. My best ideas are even my ideas. Like people, I'll put it out here, and I will actually. So our Art Smarties, I didn't even come up with Art Smarties. Somebody said to me, it was like, "No, you should do Art Smarties." Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Paul, get some Smarties. Stat. Sometimes best ideas are your ideas, but that's how you learn, and that's being an entrepreneur. Yeah. So come to the tech forums, got speaking to guys, got learning, and then that's led you over the last couple of years towards developing that Pro Series.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been an organic journey, because we really did genuinely. If you spoke to me 5 years ago about the CI world and audio, my knowledge was down there. Like now, I feel like I'm fully immersed, and I know, what customers want, what integrators want, what we as manufacturers can design, develop, and deliver. Realistically deliver, because with technological constraints as well as time and resource and money, you've got to be realistic what we can do.
I think this industry is a funny one, isn't it? If you don't know about it, it's like weird, because it's obviously been about for years. It's a hidden industry. It's not really in your face industry. It's very hidden. It's lots of private clients and stuff. Again, over the last couple of years, I'd say the last 5 years, I mean, I don't have any stats. I'm plucking this number. Did 96% of statistics are made up. But I feel like the industry, even I feel over the last 2 years, has at least doubled in the last 2. It's huge. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. And that's because there's been a massive shift. And I always think, you've literally got on your sign there, the Alexas and Google Homes of the world, they have forced that, you know, and the Bezos and the IoT products, I call it. So you've obviously got your higher, upper echelon, your very top end, your £1 million cinema rooms, that kind of stuff. That's always going to be there, you know, and you've kind of got your entry level 30 quid Bluetooth speaker. And then kind of, probably not lying, probably a few levels down from, but those two have kind of merged together at the top end players that never really had any competition before and were just doing their solutions have gone, shit, we need to get thinking of some better, more cost effective solutions. And this market's gone, oh, I didn't know this market existed. We need to create some better solutions. And the two have kind of merged together into a middle ground. That's massively what I feel. And you found the people that, I always say it, and it's always part of the training, the Nests, Sonosis, those of the world, they have done more for this kind of industry than ever before because they've made it known because of their ridiculous marketing budgets.
Exactly.
There we go.
And I've done the same in my home, like personally at home. Start off with a little Alexa, and then you're like, oh right, I can get a doorbell that works with that, and my little screen will show me there, and it just expands, it grows and grows, and then before you know it, you get a bit more sophisticated, and then you want a full control system.
And that's what I call them gateway drugs.
Gateway
drugs. So because people are getting a little taste for it, you know, and they're seeing their, you know, they're getting the little Bluetooth speakers, but as you said yourself there, you get those, and then once you start knowing about, so I wish it did this, and it hits the ceiling. And those products can't take it past that ceiling.
No. Because they don't integrate, like if you buy lots from different brands, you know.
They do, but they don't, That's the thing. And it's the same in the CI world, in all honesty. Oh, yeah, well, it does this, works. But does it?
Exactly.
So, go on.
Well, I guess what we started off with was our Bluetooth ceiling speaker, which was the equivalent of the IoT world, I guess. And then we've developed to have. We felt we needed a product that straddled the different categories. From someone, a CI guy is going to be like, you know, this Pro Series is me. It's got the feature set, the drivers, all of that I need. And then we've got the other products which are for, you know, just my mates who want a pair for their kitchen diner that they're renovating, but they're never going to put a control system in. But they would like, you know, full proper ceiling speakers in there.
And again, like I've always said with electricians partners, and we show people them on training and go through what they do, because the CI industry isn't for everybody, and that's the one thing that I've helped people discover on training. You know, some guys they could got 2 routes. They could go down their own route of doing it all themselves, get accounts control for, learn how to do the hardware. That's years of process. Or they can come on a training course, they do a week, and at the end of that week, they either go, love that. I'm going to love doing that. I can't wait to build another rack. Or they're going to go, never want to build another rack in my life. There's two guys. For the ones who don't, again, as we're explaining options, they're building a rack and doing the interconnects to the audio. We're explaining that, and then we're setting the speakers up, and then we've got your speakers on all the benches, and they go, oh, well, we're connecting this on the rack. Yeah, you don't. And it's that, what? Don't go in the rack. Oh, what for? Just go in box below the bench, there's a power supply. Plug it in. That's it.
Easy.
That's it. And again, like you say, that product, they sit in different places in the market, again with the Pro Series as well. But for that there, an electrician, once that added a bit, customers are asking for it. That's the main difference. And even if you don't want to go down the full smart home tech route, that's a Bluetooth speaker. At the end of the day, it's a Bluetooth speaker. Oh, you want the few rooms? The Wi-Fi version. AirPlay 2, Chromecast. And then you got the top of it.
That's it.
You've thought of this, haven't you? You've thought about this.
It's quite straightforward. The other with the Pro Series, the reason we've done drivers, because we know, like realistically, I'd love one of your projects to put our speakers everywhere, but it's not going to happen. You know, you're going to have the rack and you're going to have the cables and do that. But where we feel we come in the CI world is that if a client doesn't want to spend the money in certain rooms or certain areas of the house, then we are a good option. If you can't physically run a cable from your rack to the bathroom at the far end of the house or another room, then we're a great problem solver for that sector. Still cut the hole, add power, but we're still controllable through the Control 4 or other ecosystem that we got. So we're actually working on a number of drivers at the moment. So
I've noticed Chow doing this a lot at the minute.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of, with Driver Central, he's put lots of different developers in place. Once you've tweaked and know the API of that product, right, make it work for Crestron, make it work for Lutron, make it work for, he's just tweak it. But again, for something like you, 1 driver's X, 6 drivers is this. Well, do that.
Exactly.
You should open it up to a full.
And it just expands the, because you're going to have an ELAN installer. There's different installers use different systems, right? So we want to be the problem solver for all systems, or a good alternative product to install. At a lower price point probably, which would.
Yeah. So for us, basically, it's not ever that I don't like your product. Why our products are full of it? I recommend that product no end, like literally no end. Literally, when people are like, oh, this. Live audio. So much so, which is why we put on distribution. Bang! Plug. Click here. No, don't really click here. There's no click. Don't make it edit that bit. But yeah, so we obviously like the product so much, like you guys so much. For what we'd make you, we then put it on our distribution, which will be sub-distribution through our friends over at Envision.
Yep.
So guys in the industry can purchase it through Envision, Envision account. Guys can get through us. And then there's some other direct retail options as well, isn't there?
So we sell through electrical wholesalers, mainly for the Bluetooth model.
They have a really good, guys will be seeing it now on the video, but you've got a really nice demo board for foreign wholesalers and demo kits.
Yeah, so it's just like a little case with acrylic front, speaker inside, handle on top. And the idea is that you can take that into the client's house, leave it with them. It just needs a plug it in.
Right.
The box sort of replicates how it would sound in a ceiling. It's not perfect, but you get close to what it would sound like in a ceiling. And you just leave it with the client, let them AirPlay to it or Bluetooth, whatever they're doing. Have a little play, get used to it, enjoy, hopefully enjoy the sound quality of it. Come back on Monday and get an order is the idea.
There we go.
It's a great tool that we offer, through the various different channels.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. I can remember the first time you're not even offered me one. But the first time I seen an installer with one, with years ago. But I remember the first time I saw an installer with it was like my live audio demo case. I was like, that's a fucking great idea. Yeah, that's a really great idea. Yeah. But we will again go through that in more depth on the product video. So make sure you check that out. So I mentioned the setup that we've got here. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it here today. Obviously, support marketing, warehouse full of stock. Have you been here forever, or is there a few steps before this?
Yeah, there's been a journey, I guess. We've been in this building probably coming up to a year now, so not that long. But yeah, it wasn't always as.
Cam's just captioned it, and I am going to give him the credit for this because it was golden. So you said at the beginning, was going through your story that you actually worked in toasters and appliances, and Cam's just named it the toaster to tweeter story because now we're in speakers. Love it or hate it, give me the toaster or tweeter story. Give me it.
So we basically work for a company called Lithe. They do toasters, real good quality, high-end kitchen appliances.
Yeah.
And myself and Wesley, my business partner here at Lithe Audio, we that's where we met. We basically sat next to each other.
No way.
Yeah, it's just fate, things happen. So, where things have led to now.
Right time, right place.
Exactly. So Wes was basically designing, engineering, so all the CAD and the electronics and getting all the various different kitchen appliances, toasters included. Doing that side of it, and I was more the graphic design, marketing, visually making things look good, and understand.
Perfect combination.
Yeah, so we were sitting there and we worked, really well together. And over, 2 years, we did our normal job. But then we got to a stage where we were like, we can really apply this skill set, what we've learned at Julep.
Thanks, guys. Shout out, Julie.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Which is I guess their ethos of, product engineering, high quality, the production process to
super sexy marketing.
Yeah, the whole process is what we've, that's where we learn our craft, I guess. And we've just applied that to a different industry that we are now really passionate about and really love what we do.
So gone from corporate world to
yeah,
running your own business and the perks that comes with that. But, you know,
yeah.
you've got that and doing something you're passionate about.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess we were sitting there, you know, obviously become friends, chatting like, what can we do? And we actually started a company called Retrotouch at the time, where basically, again, completely random toasters, kettles, etc. There's like switches, sockets,
Electrical
lighting,
accessories.
electrical accessories, and lighting control. And we didn't have an office or anything. We had full-time jobs, and we would go at lunchtimes and to the post office and literally ship
parcels
from the boot. Stock at the time was in, you know, my back room and Wes's conservatory. We didn't have an office or warehouse and stuff. So we, you know, when we did that, I guess for close to 5 years, we would like had a day job and doing a side hustle.
Side hustle, mate. You know? Some of the best things come from a side hustle.
Yeah.
Shout out Gary Vee.
Yeah. So we did that for a long time, I guess. And and over, you know, I guess in the beginning, me and Wes put £1,000 in each, and we haven't put any more in after. We've tried to organically grow, you know, slowly.
Yeah. But just compounding growth, investing back in, keeping all the money in the business, all that good stuff you get to do when you're self-employed.
Yeah, exactly. So we've always had the mindset. We're not greedy people. We genuinely are passionate about designing and engineering good products. So everything we did was we'd invest back into the business, and taken a long time. But you know, we could have got investment and you know, people and done it much quicker. But we've chose to do it this way. To, you know, then we're in full control of our destiny.
I'm all about that.
You know, how we want to do it. So, so we had day job, side job. Took probably 5 years, and then
you thought, listen, Wes.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sick of these lunchtime post office visits.
Yeah.
I reckon we could make a job out of this.
Yeah. Well, I guess we got to a stage after that period of time that we could sustain one person being employed and be on the same salary as what we were getting there. So it didn't feel like, you know, we have mortgages to pay and live, you know, like everybody else. So, and then we just organically take step by step. We got our first warehouse, which was a small, tiny unit, literally, you know, size of a small box room, effectively.
Yeah.
You know, and a couple of racks. We stayed there for about a year to 2 years. Got some more like distributors and deals. By that point, we had fully immersed ourselves in the world of lighting control and switches, sockets. We really understood what, you know, the challenges and the pain that an electrician and installer would be going through. And then Lithe Audio came about after that.
So it wasn't actually until you'd left the day job and about to Live came about.
Exactly. And but because we really understood lighting circuits and how houses are wired and the regs, etc. When we were thinking, how can you have, you know, an audio product powered via a lighting circuit? And that's how Lithe Audio like originally stemmed.
That's how it's born.
Yeah, that was the idea. It wasn't like we planned it. It just organically happened.
That's the best things. The best things come naturally.
Yeah, and then we just sort of took it, you know. And the reason we split it out as a separate company, because originally the speakers were with part of Retrotouch's, you know, switches, but it's a very different world. To be an audio brand and to be a lighting control brand, two separate things. So that's the reason we thought the two separate companies, two different brands, different images, you know, and then and then Lithe Audio basically evolved from that. From there.
From that point there, and brought us to where we are today.
Yeah, I guess.
That's mega. And kind of looking at, granted, the different size products, but then when you look at that story on how Retrotouch, which you still have today, but when you look at the stock in a warehouse, boom, Lithe Audio has shot past it. Yeah,
in a short space of time.
Yeah.
But I think it stems down to a good idea or a good product that fulfills a need that the market wants.
100%.
It solves a problem that there is a genuine problem for like retrofit and etc. And that's why I think Lithe Audio has been.
I'm just looking at your top there with Lithe Audio and Retrotouch. Obviously, when you're thinking of a business name, I'm going to say retro audio was thrown about a few times.
Yeah.
Because it is retrofit audio.
Yeah.
To a
It
certain
was there at the
extent.
beginning. Yeah. But it was just too similar.
What is Lithe for?
Lithe was basically Lithe is soft, supple, and it's actually part of the inner ear and the workings of the ear.
Right.
Is where Lithe comes
So
from.
It's good to know.
Yeah. So it's about listening soft, and we're all about discreet audio. So we're trying to just cut brainstorming.
Yeah. It's hard, mate. It's harder than people think to come up with a business name. It's very, very hard. Yeah. And that's gone that way. Mega. Absolutely mega. I love the stories like that. They are my favourite stories, because I walk into a business today, which, like I said, the operation of what's going on is more than I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's more than I was expecting. And then, like you say, literally you've come from backroom conservatory, built it up over the years.
Yeah. I guess we have. Yeah. In a short space of time, I think don't really reflect that often because you just go. And
that's it. And when you're living something every day, I do this all the time, and I reflect quite a lot, but when you're living it day in, day out, so I tell our guys all the time, we see Art Smart today with today's problems.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, we've not got enough space in the warehouse. Where are we going to put these another 10 pallets?
Yeah.
I just snapped my arm off for that problem 5 years ago.
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah.
And then you look back at it and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. There's a whole team of people behind me,
literally.
that could have only dreamed of having that help.
And you're probably still as busy as you ever were.
Yeah. Probably more.
Probably more busy.
Just different challenges and stuff. So,
so we've gone through the different product ranges. And again, with the live speakers, you still have that Bluetooth speaker today. So it's not as if you've moved on and gone, get rid of Bluetooth speaker. We'll keep this. So you got your Bluetooth one.
Yeah.
Entry level, Bluetooth, single room, 2 or 3 rooms, but you just want Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Perfect. We've not mentioned it. You've got your Bluetooth rock speaker as well for the garden.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't mention that.
Yeah.
We've got that speaker. We'll go through it downstairs, but we've got that speaker as well. Then you've done your Wi-Fi series for grouping.
Yeah.
And it was actually the Wi-Fi series where we first chatted. And he said, can we get more into your industry? And we said, well, it needs to work with Control 4, which when you had to drive a bit.
Yep.
How was the whole driver building process?
So, that was that. I guess in the beginning, it's a whole new world.
Process. It's a journey.
It's a journey. And, we had some issues with our original drivers. We thought, this is it, we've done it. We're working with somebody who's helping help us and guide us through. But we faced some challenges with it. So our first driver probably wasn't that great. And it had less functionality than we originally in our heads what we could deliver.
You've paid all this money for what?
Yeah. It was literally that.
Yeah.
But there's a combination of what the product could do.
The technology at that time and what it's based on.
Yeah. We didn't have the Pro Series at that time. This was our Wi-Fi series.
Yeah, so you already had the speaker.
Yeah.
And then because of me, sorry for all the money I've cost you, you thought, we'll get the driver in. Tried to get the driver, but there was, to give it full functionality on what somebody was expecting, it couldn't quite do it.
It couldn't deliver. Ideally, you want, when you're pressing a button on your keypad, to call a favourite and play and change volumes and
the doorbell one. I want commission on that. Yeah. I'm charging commission on that. You should have told me. But the doorbell feature, because it's you don't ever, because when you live in I don't know what people think. I live in some massive mansion, so I don't. I live in a very, very normal house. Someone rings your doorbell. You have a doorbell, little wireless doorbell. Bing dong. Yeah, you can hear it.
Yeah.
Obviously, these bigger houses, bigger houses, very well insulated houses, very well acoustically proof houses.
Yeah,
you weren't hearing that ding dong.
No.
You weren't hearing it. So the ceiling speakers are actually used as the doorbell ding dong.
Yeah.
So building that feature into your speaker, couldn't quite do that on that series, but on the Pro Series, building software. Yeah,
I think because of how the Pro Series came, it was designed from the ground up for the CI channel. So we'd learnt a lot by that point. We made our mistakes, I guess, with the Wi-Fi ones and it was largely good, but then there were some niggles and bugs, but we obviously fixed them in time.
Yeah. They've all been resolved.
All resolved. But you go through that journey, don't you? And, from where we had come from at that point, we'd started the company, gone knee deep into the world.
Have you put your toast in the right way on the speaker?
And then obviously we're learning about the world of CI and drivers and integrations and what integrators actually want.
And all the first world problems you've got to address.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But and then we haven't like rested on our laurels, and that's that. We've like continued to develop the drivers. We're improving them. We're about to launch KNX integration, ELAN integration, RTI integration.
Nice.
Obviously Control 4, lock zone. So various. So we're really going full.
You're all in. You're all in.
We're all in. Yeah,
yeah.
Literally, because we can see that it is a genuine problem solver, like I said, for that sector, or a good solution for certain rooms.
Like I've said it before, because some people are majorly bothered about audio, so you spec a certain audio solution. Some people aren't really fussed, and then obviously you say got like the developer market as well, which the developer market just want a solution. There's the upgrade solution. You just get the power cables in place, get the data cables in place.
Yeah.
So with that side of things, there's loads of options with it, and I honestly think with this new driver, with that nailed, with integrate, you could do it as an audio solution, and you've got that option, especially places and markets like London.
Yeah.
Where you got limited rack space, you've not got space to put a rack in, you might not have the budget for wiring.
Exactly. MDU projects, there's various different hotels even now putting control systems into hotel rooms.
Loads with Lutron in. I was stayed at a lovely hotel in London a couple of weeks ago. It was all Lutron Palladium in the rooms. Very nice. Yeah.
There's lots of different avenues and channels, and I guess we continually strive to develop. I guess mine and Wes's passion is we don't really. I know we need it, but we're not great at sales. That's not our thing.
Yeah.
That's why we work with InVision and distributors all around the world. There are like sales. We're really interested in designing good solutions and
product men. That's where you come from.
Yeah.
Even you're the marketing man, which is why you're excited today. We've had this at a few companies. You're the marketing man.
Yeah.
You're right. Where's he sat in his office over there on his computer, probably designing next speaker.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Well, we had quite a cool analogy from Manager. We wanted Pinky in the Bread. That was
yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Not quite. But yeah, so where we heading future? Because you've already given me a little exclusive on a new little product you come in as part of your Retrotouch range before, which is another industry / market, which is rapidly growing.
Yeah. So, for the Retrotouch side, there's a whole
completely different
roadmap, but it's quite innovative and different. And we're pushing boundaries with wireless technology with Retrotouch is where that's heading. But with Lithe Audio, we're all about our mission is, I don't know, mission or vision or whatever you call it.
I like it. Yeah,
is really to be a global leader in discrete audio systems. So it doesn't matter what we do. We want to be, it's not the big floor standing speakers. That's not our world. There's plenty of really good products out there for that. So we want to be things that are discrete, even if they're surface mount products, discrete, obviously in ceiling, in garden, we do the rock speaker. It's designed to disappear. So we will develop products that will be, blend into the environment and do things. So our next product is for the outdoor world, to imagine outdoor, indoor, all playing together, but discreet, looking amazing.
Pro Series outdoor speaker. You've heard it here first.
Yeah.
yeah. There we go.
Basically,
powered by PoE. Is it powered by PoE?
No.
No.
Damn it.
But
there will be. So and wireless
powered
technology.
By PoE.
And imagine outdoor surround sound, with outdoor living,
garden array kind of vibes.
With using wiser technology again. So, so it's completely wireless tech.
Yeah, I like it.
So our roadmap is wireless, discrete, high quality. So easy to install, easy to use for the end the client. We don't want gadget or gimmick type products. We want things to be part of people's day-to-day living. Natural, easy, AirPlay, Chromecast, put your TV on, it plays automatically. So it's got to be super intuitive and easy, I guess. And our product line from our Bluetooth model, which is still super popular, don't get me wrong, people's perception of Bluetooth maybe it's at the, it's like that, but Bluetooth...
it's not two phones sat side by side.
No.
You have to do that, send your songs, put your phones side by side and line them up,
Even that, the technology of Bluetooth moved massively. The bandwidth, the data it transmits, the range is now 30 meters. So that is from our first model of Bluetooth to what we sell now has gone.
I think that, because I assumed it's the same speaker, same technology as whatever. You've been updating the components in it, the Bluetooth chips.
Yeah, the drivers, the spiders, the whole thing is organically, it's part
Grown
of
and developed. Yeah, you've just
we've
continued to.
changed it.
You're not just gone, oh, that's our entry level speaker, but it is what it is.
No.
You've still developed it.
Yeah.
Admirable.
And for different markets, for hotels, we've put volume cap switches, developed an app so you can put passwords on there and put, So basically, it's developed. And then same for the other ranges. Each model that we bring out, we strive to make it better and really push the myself and Wes are like really trying to innovate.
Give yourself challenges.
Yeah, exactly.
You're problem solvers.
Yeah, we could make it a lot easier for ourselves for sure, and do what
There'd be no
other
fun in
people
that.
are doing.
There'd be no fun in that.
Yeah, not interested. We're trying to keep interested and do, what are people going to want in 3 years' time or 5 years' time?
That's it.
And develop product for that future.
It's not even thinking, I need a problem to solve today.
Yeah.
I need to solve a problem that's going to come for a couple of years.
Yeah. That's about how our mindset is, I guess. We are, when we sit down and brainstorm, and which there is no formal brainstorm, it's having a chat. It's organic.
The best ideas come at the most random times. I'll get one when I'm driving down M1 at 11 o'clock at night, and I'll bring everyone about, fuck, get out of bed. I've had this idea.
Yeah. That is how it is,
Yeah.
And some are bad and some are gems, and you just go and roll with it, which we love, but the team around us are like...
No, I'm sure a few people that work for me can relate.
Yeah.
You're rolling your eyes for. Yeah, right then. Thank you very much for your time today. It's been mint. Live audio regular. I mean, in fact, I was going to say on the trade shows and doing the shows with organisations, but you also do home build renovating, all that kind of stuff, regularly at those kind of shows. But I'm going to go down now and see their showroom. So be sure to check out the product video. But I mean, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Rich.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.